are running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure. And whatever comes up.
At first I just started to not care because I'm like, oh, there's only a few more months, I won't do this paper. And so then it just kind of snowballed from there and got out of control.
When you catch the senioritis bug, you have more of a social priority than you do educationally.
My symptoms of senioritis included not wanting to go to class, not wanting to do my homework, basically just losing all motivation to do anything related to school.
Just being lazy and kind of not caring at all for your senior year or whenever you get it. Just procrastinating a lot.
Kind of started skipping class a little bit. I'm not skipping anymore, I'm getting back on track, but it really just got bad, turning stuff in late.
You're done. I get it. You're done. You're ready to move on with your life, and it feels like this last piece, this last semester is pointless.
Senioritis has been around since the beginning of humanity, since the beginning of high schools. When I was in high school, I tell people there was nobody that had worse senioritis than me my senior year. To the point of I had a few teachers say, "Do you still go here?"
There's this scramble at the end of I'm not passing, and I give you my paper, I sent it to you via, pigeon.
I would say that senioritis is the desire to not do any work and just be done with school and pretend that you're already finished.
My grades fell off a little bit. It got to a pretty bad spot.
Senioritis has made school terrible, but I'm pretty lucky that although I have senioritis pretty bad, I'm able to combat the symptoms and still go to class and get my homework done.
My grades went down, and then I had to work hard to get them back up. I didn't like that at all.
Well, I think the thing about senioritis is it can affect anyone, so students who have never had any problems with grades before, never had any problems with motivation before, suddenly seem to be affected with senioritis in the spring of their senior year. And sometimes I think it has to do with fear of the future, and maybe a subconscious fear that, I'm going to have to leave and I'm going to have to be an adult now. And so I think students sometimes are affected for that reason, and other times it's just, it's hard when you're hitting the very end of the road to kind of keep yourself motivated and ready to go.
Well, they're definitely checked out, that's for sure. Even being in charge of the senior all-night party, you could have said things like 5 or 6 times. You've said it to that same kid that many times, and they still, no, you never told me that. It's like they've totally checked out completely listening-wise. Anything to do with school, they're just kind of, what?
You got to do something pretty bad to cure senioritis.
I think the cure is having a plan after high school and just kind of setting out a path to get there, what you need to do, how you're going to break it down for yourself so it doesn't seem completely overwhelming.
I'm not sure if there is a cure to senioritis. There may be a way to sort of make the symptoms smaller, but I feel like as a senior you're just always going to catch it, there's no avoiding it.
There is no cure. It's everlasting.
Strap on your bootstraps, because when you get to college, things are going to pick up again, and you're just going to have to get back in the dominating mode,
Endings are really important. How do we end something? They're just as important as how do we begin something, and I think a lot of people lose focus at the end. And I think you just really need to kind of push yourself through so that when you leave, my mom always said, leave a place better than when you got there. She was talking about apartments when I was in college, but I think it's a great metaphor for everything in your life. If you just sort of try to leave something better than when you got there, that's a pretty good way to move forward in your life.